Some action figures cannot truly be appreciated with simple descriptions like best, favorite, or important. They deserve a more formal recognition for their place in history and collections around the world, and the influence they had on everything that was released afterward. This is the Toy Galaxy Hall of Fame, a place of honor for the best, the most favorite, and most important action figures of all time, and today we are proud to welcome Kenner's 1979 Boba Fett. Star Wars was the biggest thing in the summer of 1977, and Kenner had the license to make money. After other toy companies had turned down the opportunity to produce Star Wars action figures before it became a pop culture phenomenon, Kenner stepped in with a plan to cash out. Due to the time constraints related to getting the product to the shelves, Kenner had the genius idea to essentially sell a coupon kit that allowed parents to pre-order the first 4 action figures that would be available in the line when they were finally released in 1978. As the first Star Wars sequel was in production through 1978 and into 1979, Kenner continued the pre-order/mail-away strategy, offering kids and collectors the opportunity to purchase a new character from The Empire Strikes Back. As stated on the back of the blister cards featuring the mail-in offer, Boba Fett is, quote, a fearsome interplanetary bounty hunter, a threat to the Rebel Alliance, especially Han Solo. Geez, Kenner, spoiler alert, a new character in Star Wars sequel, end quote. Initially offered during the mail-away promotion, the exact same Boba Fett figure was ultimately released carded for Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and later the Droids animated series. Same figure, same paint, same standard issue Imperial Stormtrooper blaster. From a much, much simpler time for Star Wars, for action figures, for pop culture, the entire line of vintage Star Wars figures is like cartoon caricatures. Kenner wasn't even trying to make them realistic, just capturing the feeling of each character. The planned but abandoned rocket-firing mechanism in his backpack left him with an inoperable red rocket that would never have been designed that way from the beginning if it weren't for the intended rocket-firing mechanism. Even before Twitter, Facebook, or any social media, speculation about who the character was and what role he could potentially play drove the demand for the figure. Was he the new Darth Vader? Was he another character in disguise? Was that a jetpack or a scuba tank on his back? Some kids asked. From the beginning, Boba Fett was all about his look, that helmet, the flight suit, the gadgets. There could be no higher expectations set for him than the anticipation going into the release of The Empire Strikes Back in 1980. How could the film possibly deliver a character better than what kids had been imagining? Some would say he delivered by capturing Han Solo during The Empire Strikes Back. Some would argue that all he did was attach himself to the already baddest bad guy in the galaxy, strapped himself onto that cape, and rode the popularity wave. To which I say, that still qualifies. Don't hate the bounty, hate the hunt. Whether the reputation is based on facts or not, he has the reputation, and the reputation has value. Boba Fett, if anything, has always been a shrewd manipulator of public perception up until that moment that he fell into the Sarlacc pit. And wouldn't you know it, that's the thing that defines him now. One bad day over all the other really good days. There have been a lot of Mandalorians since he arrived on the scene. I used to think that the Mandalorians were something that existed hundreds of years ago, that Fett's armor was truly a relic of the past, yes, cobbled together, showing the results of his intergalactic encounters and the lessons learned clearly on the surface, literally wearing his experiences on his sleeves. Boba Fett knew how to instill fear, to throw people off the trail of who he really was under that mask. All anyone in the Star Wars galaxy knew was that his name was Boba Fett, because that's all he wanted anyone to know about him. The reality, the appeal, is that he could have been anyone, a clone, someone who killed a clone, a human, an alien, you, me, Luke Skywalker, anyone. That is, until the prequel era began, and all of these things that used to be mysterious were filled in with actual details, making the whole thing seem a lot less mysterious and greatly decreasing Fett's unique status within the greater galaxy. There's practically a bounty hunter on every street corner in the Star Wars galaxy, and you can pick up Mando armor at any Halloween store in the Outer Rim. Look, I've written thousands of words about this figure, about the character, about his place in the Star Wars galaxy and his significance in my collection. I can barely even see this figure for what he is anymore. It's just a swirling mass of memories ignited by my total fixation with him as a figure that transcended whatever he was supposed to be within the actual canon of the films, comics, games, and everything else. To me, Boba Fett is quite literally the one figure that I would keep if I had to get rid of every other figure in my collection. He's not particularly posable, he doesn't come with a bunch of accessories, his colors don't even match the final design of the character that he's modeled after from the films. But as an object, as a thing that was the centerpiece of my personal collection for as long as I have had a collection, for any scale of collection that I have owned, 1979 Kenner Boba Fett is the best figure, my most favorite, the most important, and without a doubt, a member of the Toy Galaxy Hall of Fame. Thanks for watching. Please hit like, hit subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Thank you very much to those of you who already are. Share this video, and if you're in the position to help the channel grow, please visit our Patreon at patreon.com/toygalaxy. Let us know down in the comments what the one figure is that you could never part with, the thing that you would run into the burning building to save, the thing that will never love you back the way you loved it.
Reanimator on DVD. Cut.